Good evening and welcome to the Minions of the Zoo Saturday edition. I'm your host and keeper of the Harry Channel, and with me tonight are Minions 3. SkepTok.
Hi, everybody.
Serenity Star 13.
Hello.
And DrFunctional.
Dynamite!
Are you thinking of Jimmy J.J. Walker?
I definitely am.
Okay.
What are you doing over there? Hold on, cat problems.
Okay. Let's move to Serenity.
Always.
How's it going, Serenity?
It's good. I'm trying to figure out why I can't see chat on YouTube. I'm trying to figure out what Brave's doing stupid.
Well, they are there. We can welcome
I can see the panel where they're supposed to be, but there's no text.
Silver Ravenwing. I cast manual breathing. Okay.
Okay, guys, I understand you all can see them.
Yeah.
I know that's the problem.
I'm just saying it's working.
I know.
That's all.
Yeah.
I am an engineer by trade, so.
Right.
I don't care, Harry. I don't want your no.
Yeah, I know. Stop your mansplaining.
Oh, stop it! I would never use that.
Just need to listen to my feelings. Just,
I'll make your no.
I know.
But no, we're good. It's very, very cold here. There was about an inch of ice and then a layer of snow on tops.
Yeah.
But thankfully, because there was a layer of snow before it, the ice the sleet and stuff when it fell, attached itself to the snow and fell off the line. So no, knock on wood, the power has not gone out.
Keeps
it's just very cold here. I did find out recently it's colder here than it is in Montana, which is just a really weird sentiment to come to. But yeah, there hasn't been too much. Like, I've only been out of the house once this week because of how cold it is and the ice and everything like that.
Same.
Because it's just not worth it taking the chance. And I have an all-wheel drive car. I just don't want all-wheel drive is only as good as the idiot coming at you in their tiny little Nissan Altima.
Plus, you have to get to and from the car, and the level of cold we're dealing with is the kind that just immediately bypasses any layers you have and gets right into your bones.
Well, that's the one thing, like, growing up in West Virginia, I'm so used to wind being able to cut through stuff if you don't have the right clothing that I have everything that keeps the wind out. So that's not the problem. My issue is that my house is on a tiny hill on top of a hill.
Oh.
So it's the whole fact of, like, I have to get to the driveway, which is at an angle. But the driveway is covered because we don't want to put salt down, because they've even found some of the pet safe salts are dangerous for animals. And I don't need cats licking that from their paw and then trying to clean themselves. So we don't salt the driveway, and I don't leave that often anyway unless I absolutely have to. And so it's backing the car out of the driveway, praying to God the hill that I have to go up and then the hill that I have to go all the way down is clear, and then the tiny road I go onto isn't covered in ice as well, because semi-truck drivers drive down that too, and I really don't want to slide out in front of that. Thankfully, I was able to get out and nothing was wrong, but it's like, rather not tempt fate.
Yeah.
I want to do it once, never tempt it again. Hi, Sora! But yeah.
Hi, Sora.
Hey, Sora.
She was there.
Hello.
Hey.
But yeah, so my week has been completely and utterly uneventful. Beyond dealing with the cold and dealing with the animals dealing with the cold.
It's frustrating when traction fails you and you need to go anywhere. I had this car a long time ago, a Mustang SVO, and it had these big tires, and they were mostly kind of slick, and it had the worst off-road handling you could possibly imagine. I once had to get towed because I parked on wet grass, and I remember another time not being able to make it up a driveway because there was an incline and there were wet leaves on it. That was, I could get stranded over anything, but I have actually driven in snow. It was not too many times. I do remember driving in Denver on Broadway Avenue and trying to control things. Everything was just horribly out of control. But you said something earlier that it doesn't make a difference if the Nissan Sentra coming at you doesn't have four-wheel drive. I mean, something like that. Basically, you're saying your four-wheel drive doesn't save you because of other people.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, if the Nissan Altima that was on a payment plan that cost them cheap is just barreling down the road because nobody bothered to learn how to fucking drive, yeah, like, it doesn't matter how good my car is.
Oh, I totally remember the moment when I came to that same realization. when there was like torrential rain on Highway 17, and I was doing just fine in the SVO Mustang, but the person in front of me started spinning around. I came within like a few inches of their car when I slammed on the brakes because I didn't have ABS. But the point I was trying to make was statistically, so many accidents are caused by the driver themselves just doing something stupid and not even involving another car, that if it just saves you from those things, totally worth it. It's not a guarantee because you can't control other things, but don't discount the importance of making you personally less inept.
Harry, I need one bit of clarification on that. Was that before 17 became divided highway all the way up, or 4 lanes?
Well, it was divided where the thing happened.
Yeah.
So he had hit the center divider, but and it was also before Loma Prieta. So what were you going to say, Serenity? Sorry.
Thanks.
Oh no, you're fine. What's like the first year I moved to Louisville, there was the really bad ice and snowstorm that hit it. And there's 2 massive circle highways, one on the outside of Louisville, one on the inside. It's close to the main city. And I had to take, at one point, both of them to like get to my job. And I'm driving in my tiny little Honda Fit. This isn't me with the CRB. This is me that's the front wheel drive, driving slowly down this road. I look to my left. There is a Dodge Charger that has spun out and is in the grassy median where the grassy median's got a bit of an incline. So his butt is down toward kind of where the ditch is. It's not a massive incline, but it's a little bit of one. And I'm looking because that one's a real drive car. And I'm looking and I'm just watching him spin his tires while his nose is pointed to oncoming traffic. And I'm just sitting there going, please just let me get past this idiot. Let me just get past this idiot. Because he would take somebody out if he got traction all of a sudden. Like, because it's not one, it's like the cop car, Dodge Charger. Like, it's one of the big ones. And I was just sitting there going, God, you fucking, like, no one in Louisville knows how to drive in the snow. But it's just that's the thing. Like, I know I can drive in the snow and ice. I've done it enough times. I trust no one else. Well, I trust mostly fellow West Virginians because we at least know what we're doing, but Louisville proved that they're idiots. So I'm just like, nope, I'm not doing it.
Yep.
No. But anyway, go on to
no,
about the ice.
Yeah, ice. Well, the other thing about ice is I love the videos of the really cool things where people like, hit the ice and then it slides off of something in an artistic sort of way, whether it's a roof or a lamppost or a tree or something like that. That's just very, very tempting. I haven't been in the snow too many times in my life. At this point, I would love to be in the snow. I really miss it. I just haven't been in a long time. It's probably time for me to go to the snow. I need to go to the snow. I need a snow day. I really do. We're going to talk about snow later. Hi, Sora. Asked to unmute.
Sorry.
There we go.
Hi.
Hello.
How's it going in terms of things you can actually talk about?
Oh,
Yeah.
very good. I made a tomahawk pork chop thing for breakfast, lunch, because I have free will.
Pork chop.
I'm an adult, damn it. If I want pork chops for breakfast, God.
It was very good. I recommend.
Pork
That's
chops
about
are
it.
good. Sorry.
I am bed rotting today, and because I have stuff to do tomorrow, but today is bed rot, and it's been fantastic.
Bed rot core. There's just
Number one fan over here.
there's just a lot of those little paper cups that the chocolates come in, just sort of that have fallen in different places. It's that kind of candy that you get. That's sort of the candy that you give somebody as a gift, but you almost never buy for yourself. That stuff is really just kind of pure evil. It's only self-restraint that keeps me from going to See's Candy and just buying the dark chocolate Bordeaux's. When I was a little kid, I used to love the Scotch Kisses, which were butterscotch covered marshmallows. Those things were insane. Just a pure sugar bomb.
My teeth just hurt from the sweet.
That's why you feed them to kids on their first set of teeth, so it doesn't matter.
So there's, I don't know if They must have them on the East Coast functional. But do you know Pot of Gold? Is that a Canadian
Oh,
thing
yeah.
or is that a
Yeah, it's a
North
Canadian
American?
thing.
We even get pot of
Oh
gold
my
found
god,
in
I
here
love.
because I've seen them in stores before.
Oh, so it's cheap, not very
Mhm.
great chocolate, but there's
Doesn't matter.
something about the
Scratches
creams,
that
like their
itch.
fruit creams and all, and even their
Yep.
caramels.
Yep.
Oh my god, it's so good, and I can't. It's hard to find them. It's very very difficult to find. So like I have to hunt them down around Christmas time. They're not common anymore. I don't even know. Like this year, I
Really?
didn't even see them. Period. I think you have to like actually go to big box grocery stores, not like the regular grocery stores. They used to be in like our like shoppers, like CVS type of store, but
Oh.
not the ones near me. So that would be a dangerous thing because if I have that and I'm bed rotting, that is what I'll be eating for all my meals that day. It would be just that box of chocolate.
Yes. Well, Dr. Functional.
Hey, that's me.
Fixed your cat problem?
Yeah, I saw stuff flying about over on the other side of my apartment where my painting desk is.
Mhm.
So
Uh-oh.
my immediate worry is, she's never done this. She's never done this, but like maybe knock off a model or an implement, a tool, a brush, something, and was playing. No, she just found one of her toys, and she was burying them under the rug that's in front of the balcony door. So crisis averted. She's actually, yes, I'm talking about you, really good and respectful about my space over there because, like I said, I've never found her to, unless I've dropped it and left it on the floor, she's never claimed something off the table. So that's chef's kiss brilliance. Yes, you're a very good girl.
Oh.
As for me, yeah, the bed rot is kind of real. I think I've only been to the gym like 3 times in the last 2 weeks. It's not windy for us. It's actually very windy in Toronto most of the time, but it's not the wind that's the biting cold, Serenity. It's just this. It's in the air. It's still, but it's cold, and it'll seep in, through the collar of my jacket or my exposed cheeks or something, and it just seems to sink immediately into your body. And to be fair, I am a fucking snow chimp, so it's not as bad as Harry with his summer blood would like just completely freeze on the spot. It's just annoying, but it's been so blisteringly cold. I don't feel motivated to leave the house, and B, venture out anywhere into this mess. And you know what? Just like some people say, you're allowed cheat days or whatever. This has just been some cheat weeks of just let's avoid some of the cold. And once, we get back up to a -10, -15, that's perfectly temperate temperatures for me to venture back out into the world and complete my hibernation, as it were. So
Yes.
very uneventful here.
You were talking about your cat, all that sort of stuff. Was reminding me of let's see, where is it? Of this.
1 minute late.
You're lucky to have me at all, Captain Peacock. I had to thaw my pussy out before I came. Been out all night.
I love Are You Being Served?
Anyway, good times. So, last but certainly not least, SkepTok. And would you, before we start, would you greet the chat for me, please? Because I'm incompetent.
Happy to, but that is not meant to be suggestive that I am any more competent than you are. But first in this evening was Silver Raven Wings, so you get the plank. And welcome in, Dr. Functional. You don't count, neither do you, man. Green Badger is here. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing to see here is becoming a regular here. Nice to see you. Nothing. I've known nothing for a long time. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I already said Badger was here. And let's see if any of the other regulars.
Blue-Eyed Scream.
Scream is here.
Yep.
And welcome, gentles, all. We do this for you. We enjoy having you be a part of the show, and we pay attention to chat. And sometimes your discussions are more interesting than ours, but more entertaining too. And thanks for being here.
Yes, thank you for being here. So, Skep, your
Yes,
week
sir.
by Skep. What anything you want to share with the class?
Yeah, not too much to a lot of private stuff, but basically it's been an exhausting week. I hope the next week will be easier. I am looking forward to a little less activity, particularly the medical variety, and hoping we can get back on 2 feet here. And it's not affecting me personally, just my family I'm having to take care of.
Yeah.
Pain in the ass. So anyway, it's been a lot of medical stuff, a lot of time in the hospital, stuff like that. And, the usual running around, families get together at times like this. And then just do what you have to do.
Well, the more grandkids that you have that have driver's licenses, the easier some things should be getting, shouldn't they?
What a boon.
I mean, because Grampy's not spending 2
We
hours
have-
a day driving kids to the other side of town.
I had grandkid help all the way through this.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, it makes a big difference.
Good stuff.
So
anyway, that's that's it. The other thing is this is Texas and it's freaking cold. And it's been pretty easy to manage this time. This is nowhere near as bad as 2021 was. Nowhere near as bad. We had one really bad night, and that was it. So if people are from Texas and they're whining, it's because Texans are wimps about cold. That's what it did.
Well, back when I used to bicycle before my second gnarly bicycle accident, I would tell people that the temperature range that I had I'd bicycled in went from 10 degrees Fahrenheit to 115 degrees Fahrenheit. So I figured that was a pretty good thermal range. And I have to say, I vastly prefer the 10 degrees Fahrenheit, other than the fact that the bicycle brakes are kind of not very good. And when they get wet and or cold, they don't work well.
Yeah.
So
this is true.
you need to factor that in.
Yeah.
Because
the coefficient of friction really changes.
well, we had one of those weird snow events a long time ago. And I remember bicycling. I was on a road bike going up Carmel Valley Road, and there was like snow on the ground and cows amidst the snow. And the cows were very confused because California cows do not see snow very often. That's just not a thing.
You're
They're just
riding
like,
a
moo?
bicycle. You're riding a bicycle on Carmel Valley Road.
Yeah. Well, not right up the middle, obviously. You know, there's not much traffic when you get further up into the hills.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about like where all the tourists are running around.
I
I'm
was
talking
going to
about
say if you were
up.
down there by where the hotels are.
No.
Damn, taking your life in your hands.
Yeah. Yeah, good times. But anyway, yeah, I actually kind of like the cold. I mean, since I'm not forced to be in it, since I usually it's a thing of choice, right? It's a different thing when it's just sort of asserted onto you, as opposed to you going there because I'm just sort of LARPing as somebody who lives in the cold.
Harry, the way that I would divide the thing about weather is not between hot and cold. It's you live in a place where you have a significant seasonal restriction on what you can do outdoors.
Mm-hmm.
In the South, in Texas, obviously we do. That restriction happens in the summer. In Michigan, that happens in the winter. California, the great thing about California is you can do almost everything every single day. I love that about that coastal part of California. It's a perfect climate.
Yeah, it's pretty great. You don't hear me complaining about the weather very often.
If you complained about the weather, I would never let you hear the end of it. I truly miss Monterey, and you know that I do.
I had to turn the air conditioning on in my car today.
Oh, fuck you.
I know. So moving on, Catherine O'Hara, who's been in like a million different things,
Kevin
passed away.
Yeah.
At 71, which is way too early.
71 is a child.
Yeah. She was just
Children
getting
are dying.
warmed up.
You don't even have the new off, really.
Well, here, let me play a little bit of the stuff
Macaulay
here.
Culkin Home Alone and became a star, living every parent's nightmare on the big screen and telling NBC News about the impact of the role.
A child came up to me, like a little 8-year-old, in a mall. Are you Kevin's mom? I said, well, yeah. Why did you leave him? Sorry, it was in the script.
Today's audience with Noah O'Hara from the Apple TV hit show The Studio.
Yeah, I mean, I have so much respect for, I mean, as actors, not maybe as people, but I have a lot of respect for actors who can do comedy well. And, you know, she was in with the whole Christopher Guest mockumentary thing. And I mean, she's had like a long, really great career, but
Yeah.
Selling comedy as an actor, in my opinion, is harder more often than selling drama as an actor. If you look at opportunities to do each, more often it's harder to sell comedy.
Yeah, yeah. It's melding the two skill sets of being a comedian and being an
You
actor.
can't hide in the drama. You know, things are funny or they're not. But drama, you can kind of feign that. You can't feign comedy. Comedy's about the reaction. Drama is about look at me. It's a different dynamic. It really is. Comedy has a life all its own. It's a psychological subsystem that has always fascinated me. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Now I do go on.
well, remember the
It is-
Naked Gun movies. Oops, sorry, real quick, and then I promise I'll get back to you, Functional. Like the Naked Gun movies, they originally, they brought in people who were not comedians because it was just really funny to have them do it just completely straight. And Don't Call Me Shirley. It was, that's sort of,
Graves,
that's-
you like movies about gladiators. That was one of the funniest lines ever uttered.
that was so funny. I remember that movie came out. It was a good time. You had like movies like Airplane and Silver Streak, and it has some great movies then. But Functional, you go.
Oh, I was just saying to piggyback off some stuff that Skep was talking about, like when you see somebody who makes it big in comedy, it's irrelevant. But then they make a transition into drama or, you know, like something more fictional but more real, or trying to portray a more real scenario. It's almost surreal at first, but then you kind of look and you go, wow, this person can actually act. They're not just silly man on TV. I wanted the first person that comes to mind was I don't know why, Adam Sandler, because he had really good comedies when he first started out, and then when he didn't make the best. He wasn't in the best of dramas overall as films, but he still could act, and he wasn't just you know, laughy guy, Billy Madison types. Like he actually had some acting chops. And didn't Leslie Nielsen start as drama actor?
Big time. Yeah. He was a tough guy.
And then when it was the opposite effect, when he made it big in comedy, everybody kind of went, "Wow, this guy is hilarious! What happened?" And it's really good.
So, would either of the ladies like to chime in on this? No? Okay. So I'm curious.
Sorry about that. It's noisy on my end.
Understood. I mean, I'm not trying to force everybody to do some sort of obligatory RIP sort of thing, but any thoughts about what has been discussed so far, or would you just care to recommend a movie for me to watch? Because I've actually been thinking of going back and rewatching all the early Bond movies, for instance, just because I've watched so much crap. And before I start doing that, before I go through the whole Sean Connery and one Lazenby thing, you know, is there something that you think I should be seeing?
A movie that you should be seeing in any particular genre?
Yeah, I don't care. I mean, just recommend something that you think I might enjoy that I probably haven't seen.
Have you seen
A Troll in
Patton?
Central Park?
A Troll in Central Park?
That's a good animated one. That's a good one.
Oh
Okay.
no! I know.
I mean, there's a whole world of movies. What do you think, Skep?
No, I know one you should watch. And it is a hidden gem, and it's one of my favorite movies. It's my guilty pleasure movie. I I don't know whether I want to announce this publicly.
Do
All
it.
right, I will. It's Benny and June.
Oh,
Nobody should.
I
That sounds
love that
familiar.
movie.
It's got Johnny Depp
Johnny
in it.
Depp.
It's the famous potato scene, the roll
But-
scene where he puts
but
money in the
he's-
forks and does the
Yeah,
kick
yes.
thing.
That's a minor scene in
Yeah.
it, but it got a lot of play. It's just one of
Yeah.
the female lead in that who it's like it's one of those Catholic names like Mary Kay Francis.
Mary
plays her.
Stuart Masterson.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Is not just good. That's a brilliant performance. That's the sort of performance that should win a prize. That was amazing. It really is a hidden gem of a movie. And Johnny Depp just mugs and has fun all the way through.
Yeah.
If you want a movie from my childhood, Harry, that when we had a video store, I would
Okay.
rent it at least once every couple months.
Yeah.
It is not the Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, because
Mhm.
it's also got the same name, but it's The Quest from 1986. The monster in the lake thing, where the kid goes after the monster in the air quotes monster in the lake. I'll show the poster.
Am I thinking? Because I'm thinking of the one with where the song "The Prayer" with.
No. That's Quest for Camelot.
That's
You're
Quest for
thinking
Camelot. Sorry. Yeah,
You're
I got excited. I was like, "Oh, I love that movie." Wait.
I love that movie too, but I put the poster in side chat, Harry. That's what it looks
Okay.
like.
So that I'll actually watch the right one, because God, there are
Yeah,
a lot
'cause
of
there's-
things with that title.
Yeah, well, the one that pops up for me stars Jean-Claude Van Damme, Roger Moore, and a bunch of other people, and I'm just like, no, I want to make sure you see the right one.
Yeah, and I'm a fan of Jean-Claude's, and I don't even like that movie. That's a bad movie.
But no, it's just about a nerdy kid just came to a small town trying to grow up and stuff like that, and he discovers and it's just a really good movie.
Okay. So
Ravenwing, Eugene Levy's Canadian, right? So you're saying the American millennial dad was a Canadian. You're welcome.
yeah,
It's our best export. Some of our entertainers are
America's
like our
hat.
best export.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So a couple more Amelia meme things dropped this week.
Oh, good.
Three of them that I took notice of. The third one I am not playing on the air. That's going to be for after the stream, because I don't want to get us in that much trouble.
Just a little.
They did a version of Amelia to the tune of the German marching song Erika.
Oh.
I think maybe that might be a road too far.
No.
I think we're not going there. Yeah, let's not do that. But this one is called "Sun All Year Round: Remigration Farewell." Amelia meme song.
No video.
Oh, sorry.
There's video. Yeah, my cat looks at me weird when I talk to her in German.
Farewell, my friend.
She really
tickets
makes me want to have purple hair.
Yeah.
You're going back to that place from every story, where the air is sweet and sandals wait by the doorway.
It's nice.
Bare feet on dust and the morning starting glory. Sun all year round, warm in your shoulders. Laughter and
hilarious.
colors.
It's just so dark.
Like water. You'll walk through the crowds, breathing in the spices. Simple little moments turning into diamonds. So let's not be sad if we don't meet again. You'll be happy there.
I think you get the gist of that one.
Something else.
That is, I think, about 5 years ago they would have said this is a top keck.
Yes, absolutely.
Poppest of kecks.
And
This
now
is it.
this is like terrorism. Probably.
Who needs the environment? Let's just pave the entire planet with data centers so we can make Amelia memes. He'll be fine. There's one more. Let's see.
I hope life treats you kind, and I hope you have all you dreamed of. And I wish you joy
We all know where this is going.
and happiness. But above all this, I wish you love.
Here we go.
Here it comes.
Will always leave you. Will always leave.
Their little propaganda game has turned into a 4-alarm fire of a failure.
This is beautiful.
It's
Well done, everyone.
I mean, this AI stuff's just going to be used against us at some point too, and we're going to be the brunt of the joke. But man, this is so
everybody's
well
gonna get
done.
their turn in the bucket. That doesn't change.
The way Functional just said, "Oh," I thought he was going to say, "Oh well, stream shut down. We're gone." Sorry, go ahead.
It's the
Green
nuclear.
Bad- oh, sorry.
It's the nuclear option in the Great Meme War. People seem to have thought that the Great Meme War was over. We only just got started.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
the new AI-driven meme war. Let's see what is chat saying about this.
We're just
I
getting our
love
tools together.
Green Badger.
Yeah,
asking-
where's chat? He's saying, "Why are you gay? What are we doing here?" Okay.
A Green Badger asking if purple dye has been selling better than usual in the UK.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. I agree.
The purple hair is fine. It's the purple hair with the nose ring that's bad. The septum piercing.
I don't remember who mentioned it. One of the internet comedians said, Amelia is proof that what the conservative men really want is a purple-haired goth girlfriend, just minus all the crazy tattoos and face jewelry and stuff like.
Yeah.
By the way, welcome Assassin of the Gray to the chat. Makes a really good point. This unmitigated gall of wanting your country to not be flooded by foreigners who only see it as an economic zone.
Amen.
The point that he's getting at there is that these people who come to places like England or the United States, and they're basically economic migrants, they act like miners, miners who are extracting ore from a mine. They extract wealth, they extract value from the United States, typically ship it back overseas in large part. So it doesn't it actually hurts our balance of payments, and it ends up blunting the economic edge that the United States has by this kind of soft dull edge to the economy that a bunch of migrants make. Is it worth dulling that edge of the economy to provide this opportunity to them? That's the moral question that you have to satisfy, and that's I think what drives your answer as to whether or not you're pro migration or pro remigration.
I'm pro legal immigration. I think us taking the best and brightest. No. I think us taking the best and brightest from around the world for us, to people who bring a lot to us. There's absolutely no problem with that, because we're not talking about that many people. We're not talking about fundamentally changing the United States. It's a plus for everybody, except for the countries we're taking them from.
Harry, that's the anti-migration. That's the anti-immigration thing. That's the anti-open borders thing. You say, no, control the borders. We just want people we want. Okay. We don't want anybody who needs a place to do better than where they are. That's my point of view too. That's exactly, to our way of thinking is probably the only rational point of view. But there are people who legitimately have the point of view, no, we have too much. We should offer some of it to them, even if it means we deeply sacrifice a lot of our standard of living it's worth that to give these people that opportunity. That's what I'm trying to get at.
The suicidal empathy.
Well,
aspect,
the
yeah.
reason the reason I pointed it out is I want to emphasize that it actually doesn't have anything to do with race and really doesn't have to do anything with culture necessarily.
No, it's economics.
Because there's all sorts. I mean, I have worked with so many foreign PhDs in my life, people who have come here and generated wealth for the U.S. and jobs and just generally been beneficial. But we're talking about thousands of people a year, not millions of people a year.
Right.
And only,
Exactly.
yeah. And it's very much a big FU to those countries that we're brain draining the hell out of them. We've brain drained so many places around the world. It gives us a huge competitive advantage. But, you know, I'm Team America, so I'm sorry. But what is our legal obligation in terms of immigration that's separate from this? If there was an economic disaster, not economic, an environmental disaster or something like that happened in Canada or Mexico, we would have a legal obligation to temporarily take people in because of that under international law. We have no obligation.
There's no such thing as international law because it's unenforceable. So,
okay, but we have no obligation, legal or otherwise, to deal with things that happen in other continents that don't border us.
Don't use law, use agreement.
We don't even have to worry
international
about
agreement.
people who are south of Mexico if we choose to do that for humanitarian reasons, like they did with the Windrush people in the UK. If we choose to do that, that's another thing. But nobody, there was certainly no vote on 12 million people in 4 years. That's just like absolutely
no doubt
not
about that.
Yeah.
But the people who differ in point of view with you, they see that and they say, okay, I can't turn off my generosity at a few thousand people we desire to have in when all these other people want to come in. And we could help them, if they came in, even though it would devastate us. I don't care that it devastates us.
Well, let me anchor this with
Go
ahead. Sorry.
No, it's all right.
I want to anchor this with a piece of news that came up today. So, NOM ending protected status for Venezuelans in U.S. was illegal. Federal appeals court rules. Now, this is the stupidest thing ever because this decision, however, will not have any immediate practical effect after the U.S. Supreme Court in October allowed NOM's decision to take effect pending a final decision by the justices. Which begs the question, why don't you just shut up, judges? I mean, this is just the weirdest moral signaling that they're doing. Your position on this is absolutely irrelevant. Your position is moot. It doesn't make any difference what you think. But going through this article from CBS, I was looking at some of the stuff behind it because it's like, okay, temporary protected status or TPS authorized by Congress as part of the Immigration Act of 1990 allows the Homeland Security Secretary to grant legal immigration status to people fleeing countries experiencing civil strife, environmental disaster, or other extraordinary and temporary conditions that prevent a safe return to that home country. You're with me so far, I'm sure. Designations are granted for terms of 6, 12, or 18 months, and extensions can be granted so long as conditions remain dire. Right?
Who designates that and grants
Yeah,
those?
it's a good question. The status prevents holders from being deported and allows them to work, but does not give them a path to citizenship. In ending the protections, NOM said conditions in both Haiti and Venezuela had improved and that it was not in the national interest to let immigrants from the two countries stay on for what is a temporary program. I don't see any problem with her position on this. First of all, we can't just decide that, Haiti, which is half of an island, which seems to be doing just fine on the other side of that border, mind you, but why we should transport everybody from Haiti to here because it's not as nice as the United States. There was an earthquake in Haiti a long time ago, back in, 2010, there was an earthquake. Haiti was designated for TPS in 2010 after a catastrophic magnitude 7 earthquake killed and wounded hundreds of thousands of people and left more than 1 million homeless. That was 2010. It is now 2026. At a certain point, temporary protective status has to sort of come to an end. I don't understand why we're having this particular fight unless their position is that they will always favor anybody who has this sort of status all the time without any regard to us. What's best for the country. Is it just any immigrant is automatically virtuous? I don't get it. Sorry, I'm stumbling over my own tongue. SkepTok, save me.
What ends up happening is that if you don't have any set criterion or set of criteria for what is going to constitute an acceptable immigrant, do they have enough money? Do they have a job? Do they have ties to the United States? What's their situation going to be? Can we walk through the next year of their life and see what it's going to be like? Yeah, if they don't have that, if they just show up and with a life preserver on, walking up the beach at Florida, it's you really do have to have an almost heartless point of view and say, I'm going to send you back. I don't care what hardship you've been through, because you have to say, this won't be tolerated. You will never be successful. And you have to publicize that. And you have to make sure there are plenty of examples. And it's heartbreaking.
Well, didn't the Clinton Foundation fix Haiti? Didn't the Clinton Foundation fix Haiti? Didn't they get like $100 million or something to go in there and fix things after the earthquake?
Haiti is, yes, they did, and that was almost 100% embezzled.
Yeah, you think?
Sending money to Haiti is like burning it.
Yeah,
it simply vanishes, and that's an interesting thing. Haiti has become a rotting thing. I mean, it just doesn't have the raw material, the timber, in terms of human capital to make itself different. The Dominican Republic, the right-hand side of that island, will not have anything to do with Haiti. And they fight wars along that line right there, keep the Haitians out, because they are considered them, and there's valid reason for that, to be so much lower in caliber than they are. I had a long-term consulting job where I lived for several months in Puerto Rico, and you find out that the Puerto Ricans are at the top of the heap down there. Okay, and then come the Dominicans, but worst, the lowest of the low is the Haitians. Nobody has a good word to ever say about a Haitian. I did not run into any positive word about a Haitian the entire time I was in Puerto Rico. And you know the way I talk. I made friends everywhere. Everybody knew. And every time the subject of Haiti came up, hopeless, garbage can of a country, garbage humans. Humans are too low in IQ. They'll never even civilize.
Let's not get us completely canceled with that topic. Thank you, but
that is the way. That is the prejudice that has built up against Haiti. Haiti has so many things going against it, it's not even funny. And part of that is the prejudice of the surrounding islands that think they're absolutely hopeless. And they kind of are.
Well,
sorry.
They need to just, if possible, they should maybe go home. And if we want to help them, we can help them rebuild the country. But first, they have to solve the problem that causes Haiti to be a shithole and the Dominican Republic to be nice. And that problem is not one of resources or human capital or anything else. It's just politics. It's just politics and corruption and crime. And we talk about the U.S. and the U.S. Constitution being great. Fantastic document. Makes a huge difference when you have like a good system to base things on. And Haiti doesn't. They just have crime and everything. Maybe the solution is just to move the border of the Dominican Republic to the left about 100 feet every month.
You laugh. That very, if you've read anything about that area, that very solution has been kicked around. And just to solve the problem gradually.
Yep.
They call it solving it gradually.
Well, I was sort of joking, but the more I think about it, this that has a nice ring to it, actually.
They're just encroaching on Haiti until Haiti basically becomes a county.
Well,
and the way the demographics is that the southwestern part of Haiti would probably always remain Absolutely. A little bit different.
So are you, you panel, familiar with the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists and their little doomsday clock?
Mm-hmm.
And it came up during the Cold War, and it was supposed to symbolize this sort of state of threat that we were in from nuclear annihilation.
It was an awesome virtue signal back in the day.
Hey, I remember when I was younger, giving them money. I thought,
absolutely, I did too.
Yeah, I did too.
$5.
Yeah, sure, I'll give $5 to the ACLU. Like 40 years ago.
Right. Did it?
Yeah. Yeah. I admit that I joined their little organization and got their newsletter. Well, things have changed since then. So they're not just looking at the state of potential nuclear annihilation. Now they've decided to expand things to include other stuff like climate change and political. Let's see. They've warned about climate change, potential arms race surrounding artificial intelligence. Let's see. What was the other thing? An increasing rise of nationalist autocracies. You don't say. If the world splinters into an us versus them zero-sum approach, it increases the likelihood that we all lose, says virtue signaling idiot. Holes also noted the 2 fatal shootings of Renee Good and Alex Preddy this month by federal agents in Minnesota, and what he called an erosion of the constitutional rights of American citizens. It's just so bad. I can't figure out. I feel like they've gotten worse, more faster than even Scientific American. It's sad to see this kind of nonsense. It's like, we're still relevant.
Crap.
We're still relevant. Look at us.
Yeah. We're virtuous. We're virtuous. Doomsday clock inches closer. No, okay. So basically, what you're saying is, you've read some headlines, and now you're scared, and you want us to know that you're scared and you're important and smart, and we should be scared because you're important, smart, and scared. Thank you.
Yeah, remember when Stephen Colbert was funny?
Yeah, right.
And he did the Colbert Report, and he had the threat down. I thought that was great because, he was making fun of the sort of stuff that these people do for real.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, what's going to happen? Bears, methane, bees. I don't know. It's just moral virtue signaling. It drives me crazy. Serenity, did you make a noise?
No, that wasn't me.
Okay.
Whoa.
I don't want to make you sad.
That wasn't me.
Okay. Let's see. If I find something that'll make people happy. Do I have anything that will make people happy?
You have a cleanser of the palate.
Well, here's a science thing which is a little baffling. It took a little while for me to read through this to understand what they were saying. Okay, yeah, I'm human. Thank you. How some tropical trees benefit from being struck by lightning. Okay. So I read through this, so you don't have to, but here's the summary. Lightning strikes kill hundreds of millions of trees annually, but their role in shaping tree life history and diversity is largely unknown. Here we use data from a unique lightning location system to show that some individual trees can counterintuitively benefit from being struck by lightning. There are some types of trees which tolerate it better than others, and they find that during their lifetime, some of them are struck even as much as a dozen times. And if they survive it, they actually do really well. And the reason why is because the lightning obliterates all the competitors around them. It's like the tree takes the lightning bolt. Everything around it that's trying to compete for nutrients just gets myrtleized. It's just gone, right? And then so the tree's like, that feels good. Got a little elbow room. I think I'm going to grow now. And this works with some of these tropical trees. You wouldn't think that being struck by lightning would be a positive thing for a tree. But if you're the right kind of tree, it's actually really good.
Yeah, if enough of the energy does not penetrate the cellular structure inside, there's a lot of reasons to think that could happen. That could be speed of light is really fast. It's not there very long.
Well, it's not quite the speed of light, but Harry,
it's
pretty damn fast.
Harry, if you had a radar gun, you'd be hard pressed to measure the difference.
Well, with time-lapse photography and counting the number of frames a second, I know it's not the speed of light.
Infinite number of frames per second.
Yeah. Well, no, not even that. you can actually do time lapse with regular cameras. Yeah,
I've seen
pretty cool.
I've seen the pulses.
Okay, so lightning killed 56% of the 93 directly struck trees and caused an average of 41% crown dieback among the survivors. Okay, that's kind of sucks, However, among those struck trees, 10 direct strikes caused negligible damage to unpronounceable tree, while killing 78% of their linnea and 2.1 megagrams of competitor tree biomass. 9 trees of other long-lived taxa survive lightning with similar benefits. So if you're the right kind of tree, getting struck by lightning is actually really, really good. That's sort of fun. Now, this one is better, and I know that Sora's going to have a question, and I'm already ready for her question. Oh, am I? Wait. Okay, what? No, that's the wrong one. Oh, here it is. Okay. Island weirdness, Cygnus falconeri. Okay, so the island of Sicily was isolated about 5.3 million years ago when the Mediterranean rapidly refilled. During the next few million years, changes in sea level and tectonic uplift allowed repeated colonizations by mainland species via the sea strait separating Sicily from Italy and opened up occasional connections with nearby Malta, resulting in a series of different ecosystems over time. But basically, it's an island, right? And islands do weird things to genetics and evolution. Like island dwarfism is a thing. Okay, so during the mid-Pleistocene, between about 900,000 and 500,000 years ago, a lack of large land predators on Sicily and Malta allowed a weird mix of endemic species to evolve. Most famous are the tiniest elephants, but there were also a couple of giant owls, a small long-legged owl, a giant crane, a big lizard, a giant tortoise, an otter, and giant dormice. And then there were the swans. Now, I know that Sora's probably thinking, the tiniest elephant, how tiny is that?
It's a very tiny.
Size.
It's a very tiny.
Yeah, Paleolodoxan falconeri. Okay, so the
There you
adult
go.
is
Oh
the
my
one
God,
in
it is
blue.
pocket size.
Look at
Well,
that.
that's the baby.
And then the baby is the one in the middle, and then the adult female is the one on the right. But still, that's a manageable sized elephant, don't you think?
They should bring that back.
Yeah, we should totally bring that back.
Screw Jurassic Park. Bring this back.
Okay, but basically,
One step closer to the North American house hippo.
so
There you go.
Cygnus falconeri was enormous, at least 1/3 larger than the biggest living swans, taller than the native elephants, although not nearly as heavy. Its wings were large with a span of around 9 foot 10 inches, but at such a hefty size, it would have either been a very poor or reluctant flyer or functionally flightless. The legs were better adapted for walking around on land than for swimming. This is like the annoying goose thing, right? With shorter toes and possibly reduced webbing. It has been one of the biggest terrestrial herbivores on Malta. Yeah.
It's a very nice day to be a very bad goose.
So how does that feel? So it's like that much bigger than a cat.
Oh my God. But
look at how much bigger it is than the elephant.
And this makes
Getcha.
my day. Look at that happy little elephant trotting along.
What a weird
The evil
island.
swan.
Tiny elephants and giant swans.
Giant swans.
Jesus.
You don't ever want to piss off a swan, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're very ill-tempered, and they're very unreasonable, by the way.
I say bring both of these back.
Oh,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Yeah.
No question. I want one of those.
But definitely not giant geese, because geese are assholes.
Well, if you
Are
raise
swans
them
any
for
better,
meat-
Serenity?
I can tolerate swans better because they're slightly bigger. They can still be buttholes, but they're
Mhm.
not as bad. Canadian geese always feel like they're trying to make up for something, and swans are just like, no, I'm the god and goddess of the water. Fuck you. And Canadian geese are like, I'll show you, and it's just that's kind of they're trying to compensate for something.
Mhm.
So the swans are just like, that's right, love me, love
Yeah,
me.
with
Thank
with
you,
swans,
love
it's
me.
more of a swan song.
Yeah. They're just like, love me. That's right.
That was
I'm
a joke.
beautiful. I spread my wings. Thank you. Thank you. I'm
See,
gorgeous.
Here's how it works.
Yeah.
The Canadian geese are like, fuck
Swan
you.
songs.
Yeah, I can fly, and that means I don't have to be near you.
I remember one of the funniest things I ever saw was we had Canadian geese down by the pond around here, and my grandfather and I were walking, and one of the Canadian geese decided to launch himself at my grandfather. And my grandfather was a 6'1", worked in a nickel plant dude.
Mhm.
And he just caught the goose by his neck. Didn't hurt him, didn't break its neck or anything like that. Just caught him and said, "Now you behave." And then put him down, turned him around, and pointed him back at the pond. And the goose was just kind of like, "What the fuck just happened?" It's like, what? I did. All right. My grandfather always used to say turkeys were worse than geese. Because turkeys are assholes.
Are they
This is why
assholes?
we eat them. Oh, they're
They
massive
deserve
assholes.
But they're
die.
dumb.
After
Yes.
seeing
They deserve to die.
Wild One, it's
Yeah.
hilarious.
There's the old Sora
They're
distortion.
for a lot of-
It's back.
with the
Quality
turkeys.
Canadian internet. Sorry.
Turkeys are just major jerks. They the males and females, because usually when it gets to around most animals, when it gets around that time of the year or time of cycle, let's put it that way, time of cycle, the males turn into buttholes. It's just kind of how it is. It's
The
the whole
males
mating
kill
process.
each other.
Well, that's what they get. I mean, they're buttholes to other creatures, not just their own kind. The issue is that turkeys are like that year round, and the males and females are both like that. It's
Yeah.
just everybody thinks that because because we eat them, they're not dangerous, and because it's like coyotes in California. Everybody thinks that because they're small and you all don't interact with them very much, that they're not dangerous. And it's like, no, Sarah, the minute you turn your back, that coyote's lunging for that Pomeranian you're walking. They're not your friend. And turkeys are the same way. Like, we have turkeys, and we kind of you have to have good either both ganders and geese, or as well as good roosters to keep them in check, because they'll bum rush every other animal and just hurt them. Like, I've seen them try to gouge other, like, big birds like geese and stuff like the eyes out just to do it. It's not mating season, nothing. They just something snaps in their brain, and they're just like, "I'm gonna kill you now," and
They're
that's just what they do.
Stupid Serenity. They're
They're
fucking
stupid, but they're angry stupid,
Yeah,
which
they're
is
angry and
dangerous.
stupid. You're exactly right. It's a good
Like,
word for it.
Canadian geese are not stupid; they're just ass. The turkeys are angry stupid, which means they'll try to pick fights with anything. I've
Yeah.
seen we have a mule who's
including
a
a
part.
mirror, by the way.
Well, duh. We have a mule who's part draft horse, so he's massive, and his hoof is the size of the turkey, and they still try to pick fights with him, and he just looks at him like, "I can step on you," and he's almost stepped on a few of them. But their eggs are they're good eating, and their eggs are damn good eating, so I'm not going to get rid of them that much. Plus, I have roosters who will kick their butts. Yeah, what? Yeah, green badger. Wild turkeys are ideal.
A mule can end a turkey at will.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
It's only because he's a sweetheart that he doesn't do it. He's just like,
I'll bet you've known some who would.
Oh, one of my donkeys, we have to keep him separated from the turkeys because he will try to kill the turkeys.
Right.
Because we think he had which understandable, had a bad thing happen at the farm he was at previously. But yeah, no, he will try to kill the turkeys, and I'm like, dude, like, I'll turn you loose to kill them when we need food. It's like, right now, just chill out.
But no, the meat when you do that, but yeah.
Well, it's like we have 3 roosters, because you don't ever just want one rooster. Anybody who thinks you can only have one rooster is an idiot. And they're big roosters, so they keep the turkeys in check. And I don't know if we lost Harry or if he just can't hear.
I'm here.
Okay,
I'm just uncharacteristically letting people talk instead of like talking over people, which I keep colliding. I feel like the delay is not working in our favor tonight.
But yeah.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about the Artemis launch that's coming up. So are you guys familiar with the concerns that they have over the safety of the vehicle? Now, there's always going to be concerns. Now, the question is whether or not they're legitimate. So the issue is there are a number of people who are not complete asshats who are a bit concerned about the state of the heat shield on the thing. And so they...
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Skep?
I was going to ask if this was a free return ride or if this was a powered return. They're going to orbit several times and then do a TLI back.
Yeah, but they're coming in and they're basically air braking to land before the parachutes deploy at the end.
I understand. Oh, really?
Well, I mean, it's just like capsules, just like Apollo did. Most things enter
retro rockets. They have thrusters to counteract their speed.
to sort of steer and stuff. But essentially, they're coming in, into the atmosphere, and this heat shield takes the brunt of it. And it's an ablative heat shield. Obviously, it's in layers. It's got composite material.
They'll know if the heat shield fails because the astronauts will burn up.
Yeah, because they'll know.
That's how you can tell.
They'll grok it possibly. I don't know how fast can a synapse fire. It's not. Yeah, they would probably have like a few seconds of an inkling of knowing. Sort of like the second shuttle disaster. They kind of knew things were going sideways for a few seconds, and that was it. They didn't even have time to process how screwed they were. But there is some concern about this. So what they're doing is they're thinking, oh, it's probably fine. It's probably fine. Everything's going to be great, because if you're not willing to accept some risk, you'll never do anything in space. There's a certain amount of risk that's just going to come with it. So they're going to
lose people in space, Harry, and it's going to be horrible. It's going to be stuff where they fly off into oblivion and die. They have to take the cyanide pills they took with them.
Well, that's
going to happen.
Yeah, that you can bounce off the atmosphere if you screw up your reentry.
This will happen sooner or later.
So if you have a choice, you're going to err on the side of not skipping off the atmosphere and burning up instead. But they're going to change the entry approach just a little bit to reduce some of the strain on the heat shield. And the people at NASA and the so-called experts, our top people, feel that this is good enough. It probably is. I think if you're looking for absolute safety on something like this, you're just never going to get it.
Yeah, it's never going to happen.
And if they delay this over and over again, there's just not going to be an Artemis program because people are going to get tired of waiting for it to launch with people in it.
No, I'd say let's light this candle. That's the spirit of the program. You're going to have Challengers, you're going to have Columbias. That's going to continue to happen.
Yep.
And it's like in The Godfather. This is the business we chose. We chose to be in this business. You find yourself in that moment. That was the choice you made. You chose to be on the very front of human endeavor.
Yeah, your job is test pilot. Pilot. And occasionally you Steve Austin. That's the problem. Things don't always go well. Any kind of test pilot job is inherently dangerous.
Gus Grissom.
Yeah, occasionally.
Yeah, but I still like the idea that they're doing their best to mitigate.
Yeah.
As much as they can.
I think they're being responsible.
That would make me more worried if they weren't. If they were just going, nah, it's fine.
Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah. But the fact that they're going, we hear it, the thing we can do until this all goes off is we're going to just do a little bit. That should hopefully be enough. And like Skep said, you know what you signed up for at this point. Well, we don't want it to happen. We're doing the best we can.
I'm not a religious person, but to the extent that it's possible, you have all of the good vibes and hopes and what passes for prayers I can possibly offer to these people, because these are good people and I don't want them dying in space. I want them to succeed.
Yes. Best wishes of men, elves, and free folk everywhere.
Yeah.
Just to address one thing that Assassin said in chat. Assassin Honey, every single person who has any level of logic who goes into that kind of stuff has had that thought at least once, that they may not come back. It's dangerous business. It's being logical and being human. It's when you let it consume you that you're being illogical. He probably had the thought, no, I'm going to be on the edge of the front. We're going to do it and we're going to see what happens. And that's what he went. But I absolutely, he at least had a second where he thought was not going to come back.
Like with a lot of things. There's not going to be a DE astronaut who I'm going to open the vent. It's stuffy in here.
With a lot of things, having that 10th man to voice those concerns, even though the other 9 say no, everything should be fine, is sometimes a good thing. Are people unfamiliar with the 10th man principle? So like everybody in the room, there's 10 or 9 men in a room, and they all agree that this is the course of action. You have that 10th man to intentionally play as devil's advocates and look for problems, look for chinks in the armor to maybe address something that actually is present. So when I see articles like this, I'm like, okay, it's a lot of ifs, ands, buts, or maybes. So it's probably the sort of like air quotes 10th man voicing his concerns. And, I don't know what the concerns are. I didn't read into it, but
well, I mean,
I'm all for it because it does give you that added layer of protection of, okay, well, maybe there is a fracture point, a stress point, metaphorically, not literally, or maybe not literally, in the heat shield, say, it's something that they can look at, go, no, actually it is fine, or actually you might be onto something here. It allows us to cover our bases because, this is very dangerous business that people like this are in, and you want to mitigate as much risk as you can, but there's going to be, like you guys said, a lot of deaths. Just like with any other vast development of new technologies, there's going to be a lot of risk. And this is one of the riskiest things we can do. Going up and going down. 2 riskiest things we can do on this planet.
When luck, hope for the best, and that's all we got.
Yeah. Well,
exactly.
You think about this sort of thing, and the part of the vehicle that's, I guess, less tested, they've only sent one of these things up, to the other side of the moon and brought it back and looked at the heat shield and said, well, that's a little concerning. Maybe we should, it's a little concerning. Maybe we should do something about it. If you look at how the things that most things have to go through to become certified for human spaceflight, I'm kind of shocked that they haven't done more tests on this. If you look at like the Dragon capsule, how many of those things did SpaceX send up and bring back down unmanned before they ever thought about putting a person into it to have it qualified for human spaceflight?
Yep.
I'm a little confused as somebody who knows a little bit about these sorts of things, how exactly this got certified for human spaceflight, considering how few reentries they've done with it.
If you knew anything about NASA, Harry.
If I only knew about these things.
If you only knew about these things.
But Serenity was going to say something. So
but the thing is, what Skep said was right.
Yeah,
they can't keep delaying this.
No, they can't.
And that's the issue, is that I understand where you're coming from, but at the same time, while NASA has a lot of money, they don't have SpaceX money.
Right, and this isn't the first heat shield they've ever made. Right, so this is iterative development of its own type. It's just that this particular kind of heat shield just happened to be on a different vehicle, but it should be fine. I mean, they probably have a greater than 99% chance of coming back with no problems.
I got it off a 2005 Nissan.
Yeah, just buff that out.
Assassin, there's nothing wrong about talking about the risks. There's nothing wrong with that. I understand what you're getting at.
Talking about them before, we can either talk about the risks now or the post-mortem later.
Well, and that's the thing. I get they accept the risks by taking the job. I get that. But
I admire these people.
Yeah, absolutely. But that doesn't mean they should die.
They're way less neurotic than I am.
God bless them, because I would be like, no.
I gotta tell you, for me, riding a motorcycle was hard. I had to push through a lot of anxiety to get to the point where I could drive that thing. As an aside, Skep, I've sort of gotten used to the way the thing handles now, and it's less scary and more fun. That doesn't mean I'm being an idiot, but I'm starting to feel like it's my trusty, steed.
Sidekick.
Like it's my partner. It's a good. It's nice to have something I feel I can rely on to do what I ask it to do.
Yeah, exactly. Just know when the limit is the limit. I know.
Well, I'm not even going to go anywhere close to my limits, Skep. I don't need that much adrenaline. I get plenty just with 65 with the cruise control on.
I'm an old man. One of my luxuries is I get to worry about my friends, and I do worry a little bit about you.
Oh, I worry too. But
and that makes me happy that you worry.
It's so good. It's so good for my soul. I love bicycles. I love motorcycles. I love that feeling of being connected to the world. Because what's the point of getting out of one room and then going into a room with wheels and then getting out and going into another room. It's like, I kind of just want to be outside sometimes.
Because I can blast my death metal and sing along.
Exactly.
Like, come on, man.
What's good death metal for you?
I just said death metal to be funny.
Okay.
Or show tunes. Show tunes are fun to sing to.
A number of my my IRL friends really like Norwegian death metal.
I've heard that. Like, a lot of people who, if you ever bring up death metal, they're like, I like the Norwegian stuff. I'm like,
it's smart. It's edgy. It's good.
The drone core?
Uh,
I don't know about drone core.
Yeah, the Swedish drone core. They took after a lot of the Norwegian bands. The extremely fast guitar riffs, but with the droning bass line.
Well, speaking of drones,
something our neighbor's going to have to deal with.
Oh, hold on. Let's see. I have to switch the video because you're not seeing anything, are you? No, I got it right. Okay.
The Iranian war is the aircraft carrier Shahid Bagheri. It's a drone aircraft carrier. It was made out of an old container ship. It's currently sitting near Bandar Abbas at the mouth of the Strait of Hormuz. Can launch hundreds of drones in swarms, but it can also recover them for reattack. So
I was curious about this supposed aircraft carrier. Like, what the hell? The Iranians have an aircraft carrier? Well, it turns out that it's a container ship that they modified.
Oh, yeah.
And
this has been a known thing for a long time.
Well, I don't keep track. I don't get out Jane's fighting ships and go through the index
This
every
was in
morning.
Proceedings, but anyway, go ahead.
Well, also the Charles de Gaulle, the French nuclear aircraft carrier, is sailing up into the
carrier.
It's sailing up into the North Atlantic right now to send a message.
A pretty well run ship.
Yeah. And the message is, hello, Ruskies. we fart in your general direction.
Yeah.
Your mother was a hamster and your father smelt of elderberries. Of course,
we are
French. Why do you think we have this?
And mirages.
Outrageous accents.
Gun platform.
Yeah, I think it's fun that the French paint their nuclear warheads shiny black with like red accents. That sends a message. But yes, the aircraft carrier. So I found this from
will be wearing
the Times of India. Let me kill this because it shows some of here's our drones. Here's are the drones that they have on their aircraft carrier. Look, it's like a drone. I like this one. That's the M6. That's my favorite. I gotta say, I'm not feeling terribly intimidated. This looks like a highly sinkable object to me. And these drones look like they would be not hard for us to intercept. Am I wrong?
No, those drones with those small propeller based drones are basically, they're almost too slow to be targets. They're almost hard to hit for that reason.
Well, didn't the Somalis start launching like shitty drones and missiles and stuff at us? And it was expensive because if anything, the win that they're getting is they're throwing shit at us and we're attacking it with projectiles made of solid gold, basically. It costs us a lot of money to knock these things down, but
I saw the tape of that helicopter taking out that drone, and that was just amazing. That was just loads of fun. And it was not a hard shot. You could see him. He missed the first shot. He shot it with a 50 caliber machine gun. Harry.
Mm-hmm. That is a good shot.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't even hard.
Well, remember the RAF pilots that would shoot down, that would try to shoot down the B1s, or is it the V1?
Yes.
Sorry, the V1.
V1, right?
Yeah,
the buzz bombs.
Yeah, it was not particularly easy.
No. It was not. But when you have a computer sighting your gun for you and stabilizing your gun, and you're putting out the number of rounds that M50 helicopter mounted M50 puts out, it's not a big deal. You'll hit it. You'll hit it with something. That stream of lead is just absolutely devastating, and it's devastating over a pretty broad area. You will take it down.
I guess that turning a container ship into an aircraft carrier is marginally better than making a floating ice aircraft carrier. I mean, really, this is almost like a floating island that just moves. It's a little bit.
Well, that's all any aircraft carrier is. And the question is, what can it do? This one can serve as a platform to push its slow, ineffective drones even farther away from protection.
Mm-hmm.
Because strategy, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Profit.
I don't see how all this belligerence buys them anything. Really,
I don't see step 2.
Why are the? We don't really care about the Iranians and their religion. Their belligerence is pointless. I don't understand what they're getting out of it.
Oh, the belligerence is nothing more than an excuse to hold on to political power.
Yeah, and to step on their own people, because we're always it's a very 1984. We're always at war with somebody type of thing.
Right.
Serenity, I heard you make a noise.
Well, it's also Iran's doing what China does. Whenever China starts to feel weak, they do stuff with the military stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And also India is in that kind of sort of in the BRICS thing with Iran, China, Brazil, Russia, and all them. So they're kind of gonna play. Times of India is very China-sided, Iran-sided.
But you know what? Times of India had footage. That's the thing.
Yeah, no,
all the other things I looked at, I wanted to see what it looked like on there and get a picture of the drones. This was unique. There are all sorts of things out there, but this was the only one where we could look at the drones like out on the flight deck. Yeah,
that's not the part but they're going to make it seem like it's a bigger deal.
Yeah. Yeah. In a perfect world, I would instead be scrolling down and clicking on this. Can Laufey actually play violin by Two Set Violin? This is a great video, by the way. I think these guys are fantastic. I've shown you them before talking about Hillary Hahn. You remember the two violin players?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was reading the Rear Admiral's quote.
They make really great content. I'd love to just talk about music, but we'll get copy struck, and I don't know. Not everybody wants to talk about music for 2 hours. I know you'd be up for it. Let's see. So you need to go deal with dogs, don't you?
In a little bit.
Sorry,
I just keep reading the Rear Admiral's quotes.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of double speak. Sorry, I'm reading it. I'm like,
I know. It's all nonsense. It's why I'm keeping him muted. But that's those the Ray-Bans work well for him, I think. He's got his fancy green beret, and he's got his Ray-Bans.
It's just the uniform looks so cheap.
He's looking off into his own destiny, off in the distance. It's pretty great.
I'm sure he is.
Yeah. Oh, there's a new Dresden book out, Serenity.
Yeah.
And I was looking at the author picture on the publisher's website for Jim Butcher.
Yeah.
And God, it's such an authory picture. I have to see if I can find it. It's just. You just look at it and go, you just look at the picture and go, really?
Hey, Jimmy, what did you do?
Yeah,
Jimmy,
author pose. Do the author pose.
Is he wearing tweed?
We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it after you get that done with dogs. So, speaking of things you can do with a cargo ship. Okay, Russian cargo ship anchors over transatlantic cables in Bristol Channel. So, I don't know if you heard about this or not, but I guess this sort of Russian shadow fleet that they've been talking about of things that aren't their military, that don't look like they're military. Well, a big ass container ship decided to sail into the British Channel and just park more or less over the top of the big data cable that connects the UK to everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah, and it was I
would sink that fucking ship.
Yeah, it's definitely a problem. So here's where problem. This thing was located.
All right, and here's the first thing that occurs to me is the ship is stopped. That means the ship is at anchor. Means there's an anchor chain dragging on the seafloor, okay, way on back behind the ship. People don't realize how anchors work. They think the hook sticks in the ground and that stops the ship.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
That's not how that works. the weight of the anchor chain lying on the seafloor is what retards the process, and retard is the correct word, not stop. Retards the process of the vessel. Never, the sea will move you if it wants to move you, but that's how that works. And of course, it destroys everything in its path because those giant links weigh on the order of a ton each. Each link in the chain. Think about that. They are, just monstrous. What dragging a anchor chain across the bottom of the ocean does to anything in its path, and that's what they're doing. They're throwing, hey, look what we can do. We'll be real careful, raising and lowering our anchor. Don't worry, we won't drift so that we cut your precious data cable. We'll be careful this time. Be ashamed something happened to it. This is nothing but extortion. I would say, okay, my move is to sink you, fuck you, without warning.
Well, when humans come together to collaborate on things with big scale, there are times when you really need to be careful and pay attention to what's being said. One of those times is when you're dropping anchor on a large ship. Because if you see video of what that looks like or see it in person, of all the ways to die, that is like a thing you do not want to get in the way of, is when that thing drops and that chain starts winding out onto, it's...
Do you know what ozone smells like, Harry?
Oh, God, yes.
You actually generate that that smell is in the room when that anchor chain is wanging against that hose pipe.
Mm-hmm.
And it's loud, and you can smell the ozone, and you can smell the rust, the dust that gets knocked out around it gets all over everything too.
Yeah. Well, there is a little section here which is worth a read. So the ship came within less than a mile of several undersea data cables, including the TGN Atlantic cable system, which connects Britain to New Jersey. A pair of cables, part of the TGN Western European cable system, connects to the UK to Spain and Portugal, and another cable, EXA Express, links the UK to Nova Scotia in Canada. So this is not a good place to be farting around. They really should not let container ships that aren't properly cleared go through there. I mean, maybe this is a situation where when you're going to travel through here, essentially a pilot comes on board and things happen. Like, you just aren't allowed to just decide, I'm just going to drop anchor here. I'm just going to hang out near this nexus of where all the cables go.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, they got run off, so that's at least good.
Yeah. Yeah. The system worked.
This time. Against the system, and they're making a statement. This isn't the only place we could do this. We could do this without warning. We could just letting you know.
Yeah, that's a nice high-speed international internet you got. Be a shame if something happened to it.
Exactly.
Yeah, assholes. Okay, so let's see. Well, Serenity, you're still with us?
I can hang out for another couple minutes.
Well, you just have to see this one video and then you can go away.
Okay.
Okay. So another Russian soldier in penguin camouflage. So I didn't know this was a thing. So.
Oh my God.
Look, I'm just a penguin. Everything's fine. Nothing to see here. Oops. Now, I'm not laughing at this guy's death. I'm laughing at his attempt to not get seen by that drone. I guess they have camouflage that makes them look kind of like a giant penguin, hoping the drones won't see them. Doesn't seem terribly effective, does it?
Well, I don't think it's so
fast.
Well, I also don't think it's meant to make them look like a penguin. I think it's just meant to make them look like the terrain.
Well, penguin is in quotes, but yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He looks like a penguin because he has to walk like that because he has to keep his arms down, but
this war needs to stop. It's just
it's not going to stop until someone is dead, and it starts with a P and ends with an N. And even then, depending on who succeeds him, it won't stop then. Because now they have to prove that they're not pathetic. Because that's what this has turned into. This is an ego contest now. It's, we could have taken Ukraine. No, you couldn't have. Shut up.
Well, they could have by destroying it first and making it
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just Putin wanted to rebuild the USSR because he wanted to prove that he was a big, strong man.
Yeah, there won't be any. He's
I
worried
agree.
about his legacy and history.
Yeah,
he wants
that's all
that.
he cares
He wants
about,
that
yeah.
little. He wants that little asterisk next to his name.
Oh, it's getting so bad. Before I leave, it's getting so bad that they're sending recruiters down into Africa and lying to African workers down there trying to recruit them up into the Russian military. That's how bad it's getting with their soldier depletion. But yes, I shall return.
Yeah. All right. So
Yeah, so in summation, minions of the group who officially wants this war over.
yeah, I'm not a big fan of human suffering. Even
Same.
people I don't like, I don't really like human suffering. So
No,
I'm a
just
big
quickly.
softie. I just
Yeah.
pretend to be an asshole. I actually don't really want that to happen. But here's a weird bonding ritual that went on between Pete Hegseth and Japan's defense minister. So they decided that, oh yeah, Japan's defense minister was in the U.S., so they said, hey, want to go to the gym together? And so, let's just get on the rowing machine. And yeah, because, this is how international relationships are built. Actually, there's nothing wrong with this. I'm not being
this is
critical
great
at all.
fun.
Get past the rowing and start working on push-ups. Ugh. I don't know. I think hanging out with Pete Hegseth could be exhausting. I don't have a problem with this. I really don't.
It's just fun.
This is fine. This is just boys being boys. I mean, in a way, though, it's all part of the trust building exercise, right?
It is. I was going to make a joke about having a trust fall at the end of this. It really does reek of bros.
Well, you learn a lot about a person doing
do.
stuff like this.
You absolutely do. Climb a mountain with someone.
Exactly.
You'll look at each other differently. It's almost always better.
I like the way the Japanese guys got like a special shirt.
Yes. Nice.
Oh, Hegseth has got a matching shirt. Look at that. They're like gym buddies. Aw. Aw. This is how you build international relationships. Okay. All right. Let's see. What was he doing here?
Be all you can be.
Let's see. So that's it for military stuff, I think. Oh, so making fun of California. California state employees alarmed by demand to prove their citizenship or work eligibility. Now, as most of you know, to get a job in the United States, you have to fill out a form called an I-9. But what you may not know is there's actually a government system which allows you to make a more, almost like the flight clearance type of thing, Sora, where they can sort of say, hey, but are you really eligible to work in the United States? Not just being a citizen, but just having eligibility to work in the US, as opposed to just filling out the I-9 form and just signing it, trust me, and then your name. And it shouldn't come as a shock that the people who work for the state of California in this particular area, this is involving health stuff, don't particularly feel like they want to do this. Makes me feel like maybe they aren't actually supposed to be working in the United States. I think we lost Sora.
So,
okay.
It's down to us.
Everybody's muted except for you and me, Skep. You still with us, Functional?
Oh, am I still muted? Shit.
Yeah,
sorry.
okay.
I'm here. I've been listening.
Yeah, I mean, in order to work, I mean, I'm sure in Canada, there's like some sort of process that you have to go through to show that you're eligible to work. Am I wrong about that?
No, we just give them out like they were lays and you landed in Hawaii.
Yeah. Well, the state of California didn't particularly want to do this because they don't really like the federal government right now under the Orange Man. But it turns out that there's a bunch of money they get, and all of those federal grants are going to be pulled if they don't make the people working there go through this process of actually making sure that they're eligible to work here. So I think that filling out the I-9 form and just having it be like, just trust us, we would never lie to get a job somewhere, is a bit naive. It's not really that big an ask to have them show their ID and then check against a government database to see if they're actually eligible to work.
That does not fulfill the duty of care.
Yeah.
A basic check is a requirement of the duty of care.
Yeah. So it's like,
Yeah, I thought we had whole institutions that were supposed to do this.
we do. So I highlighted this little part of it. It's the sort of the capsule summary. As at other U.S. employers, all new California Health Department employees complete a federal I-9 form to prove their eligibility to work. The department is now asking them to enroll in E-Verify, a program administered by the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Service and the Social Security Administration. That system compares information provided by an employee on the I-9 records in federal databases, including at Social Security and the Department of Homeland Security. In some cases, it also prompts employers to compare each applicant's identification documents photo with the one they provide during the E-Verify, meaning no fake IDs, McLovin. So, you would think this really wouldn't be a problem, but apparently it's an issue because a lot of these people are like, yeah, I don't want to. I think it seems very, very suspicious to me. They're complaining about this. It's the SEIU Local 1000 President Aneka Walls told CalMatters in an email that forcing all employees to use E-Verify raised serious concerns for our members about privacy, data security, and the unnecessary re-verification of workers who are already legally employed. Well, that seems like it's an open question, doesn't it? Whether they're actually legally employed or just getting by on their fake Hawaii ID. I don't know. Just throwing that out there.
Fair question.
I have much more faith in the heat shield of Artemis 2 than I do in the fact that all of these people who are working for the state of California Health Department are actually supposed to be working in the U.S. Just throwing that out there. Let's see. This is fun. Again, it irritates me when Matt Walsh says things that are funny. So, a gay Mexican female judge named Speedy Gonzalez. Her name is actually Rosie Speedlin - Gonzalez. And yeah, so we have a judge in the U.S. named Speedy Gonzalez.
No.
You know she's been called that.
Close enough.
It's got to have.
Yeah.
I was also ordered to remove all rainbows from the courtroom. My mouse pad, the pen that I used, the robe where I had a sarape, colors.
Gonzalez states her disappointment is also because other judges across the state have not.
Yeah, I don't care. Okay, so anyway, DrFunctional.
Hello.
I have something for you. It's I don't know if it's a palette cleanser so much as a palette enhancer. So here. Let's see.
Oh, that's good. What is that? 3/4 cup brown sugar, half cup water. Bring it to boil.
He's making homemade cola syrup, basically.
1/4 spoon lemon zest, piece of cinnamon stick, few coriander seeds, touch of cloves. Mix and boil it for 5 minutes. Syrup is ready. I'll add 2 spoons of dark caramel. Cool it down. To strain our syrup, half spoon lime juice, half spoon lemon juice, 1 spoon coffee extract, touch of halal vanilla. Mix it well. Half a cup of syrup for every liter. Mix it a bit.
Doesn't that look good?
You need to send me that.
Daddy want.
Yeah. This is Chef's Door 1. That looks really good.
Looks really good.
I'm not sure I would put the coffee in because I just do not like the taste of coffee and I would probably be annoyed by it. But the general idea here, like make something
coffee,
you like from scratch. Why buy cola syrup? You could just do this.
Just buy cola
much
syrup.
better stuff.
Yeah, you can, feed that to trick-or-treaters or children or something. This is a man's cola syrup right here. I like this a lot.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna make it now.
Okay, I'll send you
I've
the
been
link.
looking for recipes for it, and a lot of people keep their stuff hush hush.
Yeah, well, it looks really legit. I gotta say, I'm liking every part of this. Okay, Let's see. Serenity's gone. Sora, you're still with us? I don't know about Sora. I have a doubt.
Serenity is muted. Sora is gone. I'm afraid you're stuck.
Can we talk about Minecraft without them? Sure, we can do that, right? That'll be okay?
Sure, Minecraft.
Or do I need to wait, Functional?
You need to wait.
I don't know anything about Minecraft.
Okay, I'll wait.
Yeah, I know it's a thing.
No, it's Mindcraft, M-I-N-D.
No.
I think it's M-I-N-D. I'm pretty sure it's that. That's what Harry's talking about.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Okay, so here's some toxic masculinity for you.
All right, so just get a little bit closer to the metal. Okay. A little bit too close. Just come up a little bit.
Sorry, my bad.
Okay, so can I just touch you for 1 second?
Yeah.
Play that again. Play that again.
Closer to the metal. Okay. A little bit too close. Just come up a little bit.
Sorry, my bad.
Okay. So can I just touch you for 1 second?
Yeah.
All right.
How many times have you had to do that? Have you had to do that in the Navy, Skep?
I never hit a guy.
Oh, okay.
I never hit a guy. We were the, I think, second class in where the punitive contact had been removed from the OCS part. Before that, they could give you a rough shove in the chest to a male candidate, and that had just been removed.
Yeah.
How many times have you done it, Harry?
I don't. I'm a lover, not a fighter, honestly.
No, but sometimes you definitely feel like just reaching over that table and just slapping.
Oh, I can do the verbal equivalent.
Stop being retarded for 5 seconds.
I can definitely do the verbal equivalent of that, and they'll move. They'll respond the same way. So Microsoft gave FBI a set of BitLocker encryption keys to unlock suspects' laptops. Now, if you have a subpoena and you go to Microsoft and say, I need to find out what's on this person's laptop, and they're using Microsoft's encryption, that's perfectly legal.
Sure.
But it does say something compared to Apple, which fights these things pretty hard. I mean, they really go to the mat to not just roll over. Microsoft is just like, here, would you please rub my exposed underbelly? FBI, have this. Wow. And not to mention, the other part that's disturbing about this is the system should be engineered in such a way that this isn't really possible. Because if they could just give people the backup master key, like they're the super letting themselves in to fix a leaky faucet, that means
if you lose this.
That means that your security is probably not very good, because a backdoor can be used by a bad actor as well.
But backdoors, just by their existence,
sussed
out. You know that, Harry.
Don't build in, if you have your encryption built in such a way that there's a backdoor into it, it's not really. Yeah.
It will be found.
Yeah. What is the sound of one hand clapping, Skep? That's
there you go.
It's just like, what the hell?
Yeah.
What the hell? Thanks, Microsoft. You're my best friend.
God, just betray everybody. Absolute security while we're selling you the product, and then in back of you, we stab you to death. Okay, thanks for playing.
Well, this is a little bit of a hard thing to talk about. So in the British Museum, there's all sorts of fantastic stuff. So this is an object in the British Museum, item number 91,022. Cruciform stone monument inscribed on every face with about 346 lines of archaizing writing. Okay, so this is from Babylonia. And
Christ.
What?
Christ.
Yes. So you think, okay, well, this is interesting. What is this thing? So it has an inscription note, statements of grants and privileges bestowed on the Shamash temple by the Akkadian king, 2269 BC. It was actually written many centuries later, and there is no reason to suppose that any such gifts were ever made. What you're seeing here is actually a counterfeit. So what they did was the priests at the time wanted to add legitimacy to their cause and their temple and all this other sort of stuff. So
there was an edit.
Yeah, say the monument comes into the category known as pious fraud. It was probably produced by the temple priests in order to establish the great antiquity of the privileges and revenues of their temple, thus strengthening their temple's claim to them. Yeah, we'll just make this thing claim it's about 1,000 years older and say, yeah, because we're totes entitled to this stuff. Everything's just fine. So it's just shows that checks and balances, you really need them. Even in Babylonia, you basically had fraud going on like this.
This is beautiful.
Isn't it
I love
wonderful?
this so much. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is what the thing actually looks like.
Just reaffirms my faith.
We're definitely the same, you know?
Yeah, this is for
every 1,000 years.
for
Good.
Sargon of Akkad's Leering Center.
That's very good. Sargon of
Oh yeah,
Akkad,
it's a
Leering
counterfeit.
Center.
It's a counterfeit.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's outstanding.
Yeah,
That was a
pretty
good
great.
joke, Harry.
Leering. You live,
Sargon
you
of
leer.
Akkad Leering Center.
Good times. Okay. Yeah, let's see. How much time do we need? We need 17 minutes. Okay, so what do we want to do for the next 17 minutes? Let me see. Okay. Well, the whole thing with Denmark and Greenland and all this sort of stuff. Well, Denmark orders public officials to turn off their Bluetooth due to high risk of being spied on by U.S. intelligence. They're saying, we don't care whether it's your personal phone, your business phone. If you work for the Danish government, turn Bluetooth off. No Bluetooth headsets, no Bluetooth set up on your phone, because we're pretty sure the Americans are spying on us using the Bluetooth on our phones.
Yeah. About that.
I mean, they're not wrong.
Well, that's not how we would spy on Greenland. That's not how we would do that.
I'm looking at the chat. Look at the leadership of Microsoft. They're no longer an American company. No comment. Okay. You're not wrong. Well, they're very much a multinational company. They don't think of themselves as American at all.
Yeah.
They're post-national.
Yeah, the Danish National Police's IT department confirmed that Bluetooth must remain disabled on all devices until corporate IT announces otherwise, referencing guidance sent to all departments in early 2026. The advisory applies to all Bluetooth-enabled hardware, regardless of whether the devices are state-issued or personally owned. I'm trying to remember the origin of the whole Bluetooth symbol name thing. Is it actually... It was a Norwegian thing, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yes, it was like Edgar Bluetooth was, or
yeah,
Hargar Bluetooth, or
was like
something. He was a Danish Viking ruler guy, and it was tied to England. It was something about raiding southern Scotland or something. I have a memory of this, and I'm not looking it up because I'm going to have to mute right now because I need to pay attention to something.
Okay, well, I'm looking it up. I'm going to pretend to be Serenity for now.
Okay.
Let's see, origin. Let's see, it was named after King Harold Bluetooth. 910, yeah,
that's what it was.
credited with uniting Denmark and Norway as Bluetooth technology unifies the telecommunications, blah, blah, blah. So a Danish king is the inspiration for the name of Bluetooth. His rune is the symbol for Bluetooth, and now the Danes, because they're afraid of the US, are turning off Bluetooth on their government phones and devices. I think this is outstanding. It's pretty great. I actually like the fact that a Danish king is the inspiration for it and then being forced to turn it off. That's got to sting just a little more. We should remind them of this fact. I feel it's important. Okay, let's see. What else have we got here? NASA. NATO chief wishes good luck to those who think Europe can defend itself without U.S. help. He's not wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte, or Rutte, or however Senator, greets the audience prior to his address during the Security and Defense Committee of the
Harry.
European Parliament. Yeah?
Is there supposed to be an article on screen?
There should be.
I don't see one.
Oh, here we go.
I'm trying not to be a dick. But
No, it's okay. When I was searching for the Bluetooth thing, because you weren't here to be my research department, I was filling in for you.
There we go.
I swapped the screen back and forth. Yeah, he's not wrong. I mean, the only way NATO even stands a chance without the U.S. would be if they suddenly kick up their individual contributions of money to like way more than it is now. Because this like 1 to 2.5% thing with the French holding, the Germans paying for most of it is not going to cut it. That's not going to keep the Russians out. And then there's all the people and the material. I mean, he's absolutely right. I mean, it's good to see a pragmatist involved in this stuff. We need to all just be friends. But it's fun to hear him say this out loud, because this seems like the kind of thing that a lot of Europeans would be afraid to say. And at least he's being honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Mark that off the thing here. Okay. Yes, NATO chief. Oh, okay. So talking about snow. So there was this article in the Harvard Crimson. So, it's snowing, it's miserable, don't want to go outside. But apparently Harvard decided they were going to hold classes anyway. And a bunch of students and other people thought, this is stupid, we shouldn't do this. So they say Harvard College will open on Monday despite a winter storm that brought more than a foot of snow to Cambridge on Sunday, promoting frustration from students concerned about travel accessibility and safety. Now, okay, I mean, I hear your argument, but they went so far as to point out that that the handicapped people would have an even tougher time of it. And I sort of feel like the way their argument is set up, it's like they're almost using the handicapped people as shields for criticism. It's like, well, even if you tell me that when you were like Gen X or a boomer and you'd walk 4 miles to school in the snow with only a baked potato to keep you warm, and then you ate that for lunch and had nothing to keep warm on the way home. Even if you tell me that sob story, what about people with handicaps? It's kind of gross. It feels kind of grody to me to make that argument.
Well, but at the same time, at the other side, I can see it though. Is like,
I just said grody. Sorry.
Yeah, you did.
I'm such a Gen
Xer.
Do you guys people still use that term, grody?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard it. Yeah. But it's like I can still see their side from it too, because like I would be sitting there going, well, yeah, I can get to class and walk, but what about the people who are stuck in wheelchairs or need like stuff to help them? Like, can't we just do like remote or something? Also, to the other side, you're at university level, sweethearts. It's your professor's duty to call the class off, not the college.
So,
the college can just advise.
I have a personal anecdote for this. We had, in my first year of undergrad, we had a snowmageddon. And exactly like this, it's up to the individual professor to call off a class. And it happened during finals for like the fall term. So it was just before December, right? So it was the end of term. So it was our final exam. And they were all postponed except for my Phil 100 class, because the professor's like, oh yeah, I can easily get to campus, so I'm not canceling the exam. I'm not postponing the exam to January. So, and it was a 7 p.m. exam.
Oh.
And we all made it.
Damn, nice.
It was the only exam that was not postponed. Fuck that guy.
No, it shows fortitude. He was helping you all build character.
No, he was a very good professor. He was Greek, but from the States.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked him. But
so he was a funny hard ass.
Yeah, he no, like people resented him, but not seriously. You know what I mean? Yeah.
He sounds like one of those guys that's hard to be angry at.
No, exactly. And he was very good, and he was a fair marker, and he had good TAs. So people were fine with him. He got very good scores at the end, but he was literally the other way. He was this people like, you can make it. You're in university now. No, there's no snow day for you.
Yeah, you don't need that. That's kiddie stuff. You guys can make it.
It's the professor's prerogative. Like the university can do it if they want to, but as someone who's worked for the university system,
yeah,
if the professors really think it's like you need to talk to your professor, not the school.
Mm-hmm.
And also once again, sorry, real quick, Sora.
Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Like during COVID, they did distance learning. Just do that. But anyway, go ahead.
Or decide there's enough distance learning, and the hell with that. You just have to show up.
No, I was gonna say, like, even for us, the first time I've seen really where they took university-wide action for like shutdown was the swine flu epidemic, where they actually started posting on the main website. They'll say, hey, due to number of people, please stay home for the next couple of days. We're canceling campus-wide classes. And that was it. Now I know they do it for snow and stuff more often, but not like those many years ago, like 20 years ago. So.
Okay, well, I have another thing for you here. This is interesting in a few different ways. First of all, there's the story itself, and then there's the tone of the article. It's like, oh my God, MAGA people are just like mentally ill. It's just, people are so afraid and weird in California. It's just the worst. 100-foot tunnel, secret bunker, and weapons stash found in a MAGA activist home MAGA activist California home. Okay, let's unpack this. A secret underground bunker and weapons stash with 13 firearms. 13 firearms is not a weapons stash, okay? Okay. How many firearms did the Branch Davidians have? Like 1,000? I mean, some crazy thing. That 13 is not a lot for somebody who lives in the country. But anyway, body armor and 10,000 rounds of ammunition were discovered at a MAGA activist Shasta home. Michael Camfolt, a friend of far-right county supervisor Kevin Cry, was arrested on suspicion of multiple felony weapons charges. So the Shasta County authorities decided to that they didn't like this guy, and they sent in the Highway Patrol. Now, the Highway Patrol is interesting because that's actually effectively the state police. Meaning that it wasn't the county itself who decided to do this. They brought in like what counts as muscle from the state. Okay. So Gavin Newsom's flunkies. So they went in and descended on this guy with his 13 guns and 10,000 rounds of ammunition, which I know sounds like a lot, but if they're all different calibers, I mean, and the guy shoots and he goes to the range and stuff, that's really, again, not that sounds like a scary number, but it's kind of not. Not that scary a number. But when they go to investigate all this stuff, they found... Oh, I like the fact he has villain written on one of his bulletproof vests. Instead of like
he's not
police
helping himself.
or FBI, right? But they found like this big culvert, the big underground metal tube, and at the end of it, there was a door. And so he's built himself like this little bunker. And it looks kind of nice inside. Where is the bunker? Where are the bunker pictures? Damn it.
I thought it was up top. There's
there it is. Yeah. I mean, look, he's got like a lazy boy. He's got like a sink. He's got tools and stuff. That seems like a pretty nice little man cave that he's built for himself.
Oh, yeah.
But if having the man cave isn't particularly illegal, when they show up to like give this guy a hard time because of his 13 guns, and they said that a number of them were like assault rifle 15s. Why is it necessary for them to put this guy's private business out there? Why? It's not illegal to have the bunker. Why is it that they have to take pictures of this and it becomes public notice? If I went to all the trouble to build a bunker into the side of a mountain, the last thing I'd want is the police putting pictures of it out there for everybody. I mean, it's like the same with all this body cam footage. I'm glad the police are wearing body cams, but we've all seen body cam stuff on TV, and I'm thinking, man, if they busted into my house, I wouldn't want my house on YouTube with everybody looking around at the fact that I didn't do the dishes before I went to bed, that kind of thing. I feel like that if it's not relevant to the case, the police shouldn't be releasing information about people.
Yeah.
I know it's like a small thing, but it kind of bothers me. It's nobody's business that this guy has a bunker. Am I wrong?
Citizen? No, not at all.
Is it illegal to have a bunker? No.
No, but it is illegal to have a bunker when you're making ghost guns.
Did it say he was making ghost guns?
Yep. Cumfault was arrested for suspicion of several misdemeanor and felony violations, including manufacturing a ghost gun, manufacturing an assault rifle, possession of a machine gun, converting a firearm into a machine gun, and possession of armor penetrating ammunition.
Oh, well, that's different. That wasn't in this article.
Man for having a hobby, I guess.
Okay, well, the story has definitely changed, hasn't it?
Yeah.
The fun bunker story is now, he's a concern.
This operation went far beyond an illegal grow because they thought he was doing an illegal.
The bunker they found had the facilities to grow something, but it didn't have any marijuana growing there, nor any of the stuff. They're just saying that because he had grow lights and a cement floor with drains in it, that he was doing that. No, if you have a bunker, that's where you grow your survival tomatoes and your Swiss chard and all the other crap.
The combination of a hidden bunker and an alarming cache of illegal weapons and ammunition highlights the threat possibly posed to public safety. It's by CHP Northern Division Chief John Pinoli said that. I am proud of the tireless work of the North. Who cares? But yeah, no, it was because he was thought to be manufacturing ghost guns as well as converting guns to machine guns, which you're not allowed to do.
Yeah, that's a big no-no.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if your gun malfunctions and you go to the range and it squeezes off too many shots too quickly, that gets the wrong kind of attention. Yeah, automatic weapons are not something we're supposed to have.
I wish they'd give me the full list of misdemeanors and felonies, though.
Yeah,
That's
wouldn't it
what
be?
I want.
Well, thank you for looking this up. I still feel like that's a pretty good bunker.
It is. It's just when you look at what he used as an entrance, he tried to hide it as a drain culvert. It's not like the stereotypical what we think of like the nuclear like war bunkers. It has like the door. He used a drainage culvert to make it look like it was just water, where water would come out. Which I don't blame him. I would do the same shit.
Sounds like good engineering to me. That's just a man working within his means. I like it.
I like his use of white to induce the feeling of height.
Yeah, it really brightens the place up.
It does.
Yeah. I hate these people who paint brick, who do these home renovation shows and paint brick. It's almost never the right thing. Almost never.
He had a musket.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
The musket's not a threat to anybody but himself.
I know. That's what I know. I'm making that joke, Harry.
He's just gonna Elmer Fudd himself.
Yeah.
with the black smoke and.
Because I'm looking at the pictures. Because God forbid what I'm using is not letting me like look at bigger pictures. Is that a musket? It could be a 1911. It could be an old school 1911 though. I can't tell though. But yeah.
Well, let's see. So we had
having the freaking bulletproof vest that says villain on it also doesn't help.
Yeah. It's all in good fun. I'm very broad-minded when it comes to firearm ownership. Let's see. So we did the gay Mexican judge named Speedy Gonzalez. We did that. We did the homemade Coke recipe.
One of his mags has the Punisher symbol on it. Oh,
that's pretty cringe.
This guy's cringe.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay, now I hate this guy.
Punisher.
Okay, so Minecraft. Now that everybody's back. I was looking at this video here, and it's from this guy called It's Jim, and he's talking about how realistic can you make Minecraft in 2026, and he's going through and showing a bunch of these mods, and this stuff is absolutely ridiculous. I just want to go spend a bunch of money on computers and get a really good graphics card and do some of this stuff. Some of the atmospherics and stuff that they have here with these Minecraft mods are pretty amazing. I mean, does anybody play Minecraft except for me occasionally? Am I the only one?
Never got into it.
It's pretty fun. If it looks like this instead of the blocky thing, This looks pretty appealing to me.
You know, I would explore this and mess with this. I've looked at the blocky thing, and it just bores me.
Yeah, some of all these
the way you craft items, it just seems like you have to remember so many ways of crafting. Probably once you get used to it, it's fast, but it just seems like it's a steep learning curve for something that looks like could be supposed to be relaxing. But
yeah, I have seen people build some amazing shit in Minecraft. Like, I respect the people who do it.
Like, look at that.
I do not have the freaking patience. I do not.
Yeah.
I learned Arc. That's all I need to learn.
So there's this channel I found, Red Ranger, and I think he's only got 2,000 subscribers, and so he's one of these guys who does a bunch of really nice work on some of these mods. I have to say that water effect is sexy as hell. This and the different biome tweaks that they've made.
Wow.
This looks pretty great. If you know what vanilla Minecraft looks like, you know how big a departure this is.
Well, it's like I just have to wonder how hard their computers freaking running. That's what I want to know.
Well, they're running like 5080s.
Oh, okay. Well, that's really easy to look like that when you're running 5080s.
Yeah, this isn't something you're going to run on. Oh, look at that sunset. Yeah, if you play enough Minecraft,
Dell laptop is not.
If you play enough Minecraft, I saw the sun going down and there was a beautiful sunset, and in my head, I started hearing the music change. I was thinking of the music from Minecraft when the sun starts to go down. Yeah. Anyway, Minecraft is fun.
I love watching people play it. Like I said, I'm with Sora. Like, it's just at this point there's too much of a learning curve, and I'm too fucking old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
No.
Yeah.
Same even more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You probably have a better capacity for learning new shit than I do, Skep. So
I don't know about that, Serenity.
Well, we've been doing this for 2 hours and 2 minutes. So I think instead of blowing through all of my palette cleansers, I'm going to save some of them for next week.
There you go.
And so this has been your Minions of the Zoo for Saturday. Thank you, panel. Thank you, chat. The zoo is closed. Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye. Good night, everybody.
Now, if I can just find OBS to turn this off, everything will be great. All right.